I hope that y'all can see me, and I hope that I am in focus. Okay, so I have already filmed this video one time, but it just ended up not being the greatest quality, and I kept getting interrupted, so the video ended up really long, and I was in the middle of editing it and I just wasn't happy. Hi guys! So today I am going to be doing the 50 facts about me, and this was a very hard video to not do, but to just come up with 50 facts about me. I'm not really that great about talking about myself. I always feel like it's really, obviously self-centered and stuff like that. And like, if you ever have a conversation with me in person, I just really have a hard time talking about myself. Like, I feel like I should be talking about the other person. So I get really self-conscious when I'm ever talking about myself. But I'm going to go ahead and just jump right into it. I've got my notes right here. I've got my comfy pajama pants, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So, number 1 is I am a 32-year-old mom of 3 kids. Number 2, I was born in North Carolina and I moved to Georgia when I was 9. My known nationality is Native American, Scottish, Irish, Italian. That's what I know. That's all I know. That's what I've been told. Number 4, I have 2 sisters. I have an older sister and a younger sister, so I am stuck right there in the middle. I have that middle child syndrome, as they call it. Number 5 is I started dyeing and cutting my hair when I was around the age of 14. I can't tell you the exact age. My mom dyed her own hair. She sometimes cut our hair, and it just got me more interested in doing it by myself. So I started kind of experimenting with that, and around the age of, I think, 16, I grabbed a pair of clippers and I buzzed my head. Number 6, my hobbies include photography, which is, I'm an amateur. Okay, like I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I'm great at it, but I really enjoy it. I also enjoy filming and editing YouTube videos. I love to sing. I don't think that I'm the best singer ever, but I really enjoy it. It's therapeutic for me and it makes me feel good. Also, playing video games. I am kind of like old school when it comes, not old school, but like I enjoy the older video games, like in Call of Duty Zombies. I enjoy the older maps a little bit better, probably because I got the newer maps, and anytime I try to play multiplayer, it's like really small on the screen, so I can't really see it. And so that kind of takes away from the game because I'm like struggling to see the whole time. But I also really enjoy games like Kingdom Hearts. That was like my first game that I ever fell in love with, so it was really exciting when the third one came out, but I haven't been able to play it yet. Number 7, my biggest fears are spiders and other kinds of creepy crawly bugs and heights. I've been told I'm pretty hilarious when it comes to spiders and other creepy crawly little bugs because I would rather like throw something at them than squish them. Number 8, I have a lot of like favorite shows, but my top 2 favorite shows are Grey's Anatomy and The Walking Dead. I have rewatched Grey's Anatomy so many times I can't even tell you, and the spoilers I keep seeing for the new season, oh my gosh, they make me cry every time. And I'm not gonna say what I've seen in case you guys haven't seen it. And then as far as The Walking Dead goes, I love The Walking Dead and I love Fear of the Walking Dead, but I haven't been able to really watch the Fear of the Walking Dead. But I think it would be really cool to be a zombie on one of those shows. Probably never happened, but just the idea of doing that would be so cool. Number 10, I have 4 tattoos and I have 1 piercing in. Like I've got 1 piercing left. I used to have like a bunch of piercings, but I just took them out over time. They just either got on my nerves or I outgrew them. So I have my lip ring in and that's all I have. I used to have like my belly button pierced. I used to have gauges. I have a bunch of holes in my ears and all sorts of random stuff. But yeah, so now I just have 4 tattoos and 1 piercing. Number 11, I am an Aquarius. I absolutely love water. My happiness is with water. Like if I am around water, it just makes me feel so much better. It doesn't matter if it's in the middle of winter and I'm just like near a near a body of water, like that just, I don't know. It brings me so much happiness. Also, I'm considered something else other than just an Aquarius. I'm like right smack dab in the middle, so it's like arguable whether I'm an Aquarius or something else. I'll put it somewhere in here. I can't remember what it is because I just go by Aquarius. That's what I relate with the most. Number 12, I love to cook, and my kids are the pickiest eaters ever. Like they would rather just live off of chicken nuggets and french fries and corn dogs. And I am adventurous when it comes to cooking. I love trying new things. I love my crock pot. That is like my favorite way to cook. To just like be able to smell what's cooking all day long, which is kind of torture. Number 13, I have been on YouTube for 5 years on the Barker Bunch. It used to be called something else too. It's kind of been like an off and on thing. I've had to take many breaks, so I haven't really been able to grow, but here recently, like I really have. So thank you if you've subscribed lately or if you've come back, because if you didn't know already, this channel got deleted by somebody, so I am trying to regrow it. Number 14, I can listen to any kind of music. It doesn't matter if it's heavy metal, I can go to country, pop, easy listening, anything. But if I were to pick like my favorite music right now, like my favorite singer, I would say it would definitely have to be Halsey. Like her music, for one, it's so nice to listen to. I think she's an amazing singer. And she's so relatable in my life right now that it's like a lot of her music feels like my theme song. I don't know, that's so corny. And plus, like any music that I can sing with is a bonus too, arguably. Number 15, I am obsessed with abandoned anything. Like if it's a really old car that's in the middle of the woods, if it's a house, if it's a lighthouse, if it's a building, church, anything. Like I am obsessed, and one of my goals is to like really photograph an abandoned building, actually a lot of abandoned buildings, but I haven't been able to do that lately because I am a full-time mom. I have full custody of my kids right now, so it's just like me being a mom all the time, and I can't exactly always take them out to these places and expect it to be safe. If you do any like urban exploring, if you do abandoned, message me and I would love to go with you. I just want to go with somebody, like somebody who knows that kind of stuff. Like I'll find someone to watch the kids. But actually, interesting enough, so I love watching abandoned videos on YouTube. I think the first person I ever watched, or the first YouTube channel I actually watched on abandoned buildings, was the Unknown Cameraman. And then like I've almost seen all of them now. But before YouTube was even a thing, I used to like walk everywhere. Like my sisters, my friends, anybody in my neighborhood, like instead of getting in a car and driving anywhere because we weren't really old enough, we would just walk everywhere, like to go rent movies or the grocery store or fast food, anything like that. So the area that we lived in, it was like almost like a highway. So we would walk on the sidewalk next to this highway, and every time I would notice just this roof of a building. And it was surrounded by like trees and brush, and just everything was like overgrown. I could never see anything except this roof. So every time I walk past it, I'm like, one day I'm gonna go over there and I'm just gonna see what that is, because the curiosity was killing me. I don't know what finally made me decide, but I was like, one day we were walking, I was with my little sister and our friend, and I was like, let's just go over there. Like we're going. We're gonna go check this out and see like what this is. So we went over there and we could see part of the house, but it was so overgrown that there was too many like thorns and just vines and trees and everything. So we had to like go back to my house and I think get like a machete or something, I don't remember, so we could get to the door to get inside. So we did that, and it was all pretty much like gutted. There was nothing in there. There was like old carpet, old flooring and stuff like that. So we ended up like getting a broom, getting a few chairs and a radio, and it just ended up being like a little hangout spot for us. It was summertime, there was nothing to do, we were bored, and so we just decided to, you know, have that as our hangout. Now eventually, I think it was her ex-boyfriend found out that we were at that house and came and trashed it, so we just stopped going there. But ever since then, I've just been super fascinated, so I really have it as a goal for myself to be able to explore abandoned stuff and to photograph it and possibly even record stuff. But a lot of people keep these places a secret because people will come and they will vandalize and just destroy these places. Some people will even burn down these places. Number 16. You could tell by my channel that my name is Steph, but you know, obviously my name is Stephanie. And I was actually named after the girl from Full House, the little girl. And I'm sure a lot of other Stephanies out there can probably say the same thing, because I feel like there's so many Stephanies that are my age, like we're everywhere. So number 17, I am very sarcastic, and so is my mom and so are my sisters. Like that's just how we are. Like we're not trying to be mean, it's how we joke. So if I can be sarcastic to somebody and they can be sarcastic right back, we're like automatically friends. Number 18, I am a perfectionist. And that is a flaw and kind of a good thing at the same time. I take forever to complete anything because if it's not perfect, which it never is, then I don't want it to be in there. And then sometimes if I think I did a good job and I come back and look later and it's like not perfect, it really bugs me and something inside me like wants to fix it. So yeah, good thing, bad thing. I'm my own worst critic and my own worst enemy in that sense. But it's a great thing to bring up in a job interview. Number 19, I love candles, which I'm sure this is pretty relatable. A lot of people love candles. Cleaning and candles go hand in hand. Like if I light a candle, I want to start cleaning, or like that feeling after you do like clean your entire house and you light a candle, it's just such a good like warm feeling. Number 20, I want to travel the entire US. I want to buy an RV, or I want to renovate a bus or something and make it kind of like a mobile home. I've seen a lot of people do. I haven't really done a lot of traveling, and I haven't really seen the stuff that I want to see, and I've started like a bit of a bucket list, but I want to really do my homework and find out like what's in each state and what I really want to see, like hiking or just stuff like that. Like I just want to be able to have a job to where I can drop everything and just pack up and go. So that's another big goal. I haven't really been anywhere up north. I've only been in the South, and even then like not the entire South. Number 21, I hated being pregnant. This is gonna sound so bad. I would do it over and over again to get my kids. Like I wouldn't trade it for the world. But my pregnancies I felt like were the worst. I had gestational diabetes with all 3 pregnancies, and then my last baby, Addison, who's 3 now, I ended up with preeclampsia and postpartum preeclampsia and a lot of health problems because of that, and I just not a fan of pregnancy. I actually wanted 4 kids total until I had Addison, and then I was just like, I was done. I don't think that I could do another pregnancy. Plus with the blood pressure medicine that I'm on, like I can't get pregnant anyway, like I'm not supposed to. Number 22, cold brew or iced coffee is the only coffee that I can drink, because if I drink hot coffee, I'll go right back to sleep. Like that warm sensation through your body, hot coffee or anything like that does, like it just makes me want to curl up and go to bed because then my tummy's all warm and I just want to go to sleep. Number 23, I have played the piano, the violin, bass guitar, and I was in chorus for like almost my entire life, my young life. I've been in chorus in a long time. But yeah, those are the instruments that I have played, and I seem to only like string instruments. Oh, and I did try playing the guitar, but shortly after I had gotten a guitar, I ended up pregnant, so I didn't really get to learn how to do that, which is actually pretty sad. Number 24, I hate shoes. I would rather be completely barefoot than have to wear shoes. I'm not barefoot right now, so I feel like such a liar because I have like my socks on, but I'm cold. I would rather be barefoot, but if I wasn't, I would be wearing my flip-flops or my house shoes. Number 25, my favorite place to be in the world, my happy place, is by the ocean, by the beach. It's just everything. The sound, the warmth of the sun, the smell of the salty ocean, like it just brings me so much happiness. And I've actually contemplating moving to Florida so many times, but I just haven't been able to do that yet, and I don't know if I'll ever be able to. Maybe eventually I'll be able to get like a timeshare or something, but pretty much family keeps me here for now. Number 26, my biggest pet peeve is when somebody says they'll do something and then they don't. It absolutely drives me crazy. If something comes up, like I understand, but if you just like say you're gonna do something and then just completely neglect it and don't even try or don't really have a good excuse, it makes me so mad and it makes me not trust people. So don't do that. 27, I am a night owl, and it's not always by choice, but sometimes it is. Either if it's not by choice, it's usually my anxiety will keep me up or my kids, and then like I won't be able to shut off my thoughts. Or if I haven't had enough alone time that day, which is a lot of the time, I'll just spend that time either on my phone, on social media, or watching Netflix, probably Grey's Anatomy over and over again. Number 28, I am messy. I'm a very, very messy person in every way. I can't do something without being messy, and at the same time though, like I love cleaning. I love being able to have the time to clean. Number 29, I am allergic to bee stings, shellfish, and any kind of fish. Anything that comes out of water. Number 30, I am not athletic at all. I used to play sports. I played softball for like 2 years. I was an outfielder until all I would do was dance and look at the stars during nighttime when we were playing. And then they moved me to first place. And then I was catcher, and I was a good catcher. I was actually a pretty good catcher. And then I did tumbling and cheerleading. Don't judge me. Number 31, I'm short. I'm 5'2". Number 32, not only am I short, I have really small feet. Like, I can shop in the kids section if I wanted to for my shoe size. I'm like it really depends on the type of shoe, but between a 4, 5, and a 6. I got little feet. Number 33, I am currently working on a goal of finding an apartment or house near my mom and my sisters. It'll be a little bit closer to my little sister. I've never lived in a place on my own before, except for a little bit in the townhome, and I just couldn't afford that. I couldn't afford to do it all on my own. So that's a goal that I'm working on right now, and it's really exciting and scary at the same time, and stressful because for whatever reason, finding a place right now is really hard. Number 34, I've technically only really broken one bone besides my toes. I've broken my toes so many times. Like, me and corners, we're not friends. But I got a hairline fracture when I was like around the age of 7 or 8. I was playing with my friend outside and I was trying to balance on a basketball because I wanted to join the circus. I should have joined the circus, but I'm also not athletic, so how would that work? Number 35, the scariest and / bravest, if you even call this brave, thing that I've ever done was go parasailing, and I've actually been twice. I went one time when I was a teenager, and I don't even think that scared me. I think I was more excited, but I went in 2019. I went with my sisters and my sister's boyfriend, and I was terrified that I was gonna die and leave my kids without a mother. I don't do heights. I really don't do heights, but I made myself do it, and I almost backed out. Number 36, my health problems so far. I get migraines. I've had migraines ever since I could remember, and I have high blood pressure, which is regulated by medication. Number 37, I had my last alcoholic drink on Mother's Day 6 years ago, I believe. I just felt completely out of control, and I just had a realization that alcohol never brings anything good for me or people around me, and I was in a lot of bad situations because of alcohol. And being a mother, like a new mom, like I didn't want to normalize that for my kids or to go down any kind of road like that and make mistakes. So I just decided that I wanted to quit drinking. And it also makes it easier because, once again, my blood pressure prevents me from being able to drink. I mean, when my doctor asked me if I drank or not, they prescribed me a medication to where I don't drink, and there you go. Number 38, I say and like more times than I would like. I just said like. It's so annoying. I don't even know why I do it. It's been a habit probably since I was a preteen, and I just haven't been able to shake it. So I edit myself saying and like out of videos as many times as I can. Oh my god. And also, me laughing or giggling, anything like that, if I'm in an uncomfortable situation and it's not really funny, it's literally just a coping mechanism. So I mean, I do think a lot of things are funny, and I would say that it's pretty easy to make me laugh, but it's definitely a way of showing that I'm uncomfortable or nervous, or yeah, I just laugh. Number 39, I am extremely ticklish everywhere, and I hate it. Don't tickle me, because more than likely you're gonna get hurt on purpose or accident. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Number 40, I am terrified of authority. If there is a cop that pulls behind me while I'm driving, I'm automatically thinking that I'm gonna go to jail, or I'm gonna get a ticket or in trouble by some way. Anything like that, it makes me nervous. And this year I have been in front of authority more times than I can count, and I'm always nervous. Even though I'm not the one doing anything wrong, it still makes me nervous. 41, I have to sleep with a fan on. It doesn't matter if it's snowing outside. I cannot sleep unless I have a fan on. 42, things I've never done. I have never been on an airplane, and I've never been in a car accident. Probably do both at some point in life. 43, my favorite thing to wear is an oversized t-shirt and shorts, which the only thing I'm wearing under this is an oversized t-shirt, and I'm actually wearing pajama pants today. Number 44, my favorite kind of food is Mexican. Anytime anyone ever asks, like not during COVID, where I want to go eat, it's always going to be Mexican. I love queso. I love chimichangas. Oh my gosh. I love Mexican food. Number 45, my favorite sport to watch is baseball. And I haven't been able to do that lately because I don't have cable. If I were to pick a favorite sport to watch, it would have to be baseball because it's pretty much the only one that I understand. Number 46, my favorite part of my daily routine is taking a shower. Something about a hot shower and blasting music is so therapeutic to me. If only I could do it alone, it would be so much better, because my kids are constantly busting in the room, asking me questions, asking me to do things while I'm in the shower. Number 47, this is a little bit personal, but I am terrified of making friends, and I would have to say a lot of my friendships ended because it either was toxic, it wasn't healthy, or it was something that I did. My last friendship ended, and I still don't really have closure on why, and it's kind of scarred me. So basically what happened was she made other friends and I was just replaced. I don't know really what to say about that, but she was probably the closest friend I've ever had. Like, she wouldn't let me do stupid stuff. She would tell me like it was, and you know, I really needed a friend like that to call me out of my shit, and she was that friend. She ended up going down a dark road. We both ended up going down separate dark roads, but it just kind of abruptly ended, and I never really understood why. So it makes me really nervous that that's gonna happen again. Number 48, I cannot get over my fear of driving on a highway, freeway, whatever. Semi trucks scare the crap out of me, especially with how many blind spots are in my minivan. And it doesn't help that I was going 60 miles per hour the other day and my minivan just turned off. Everything electrical was still on, the engine just freaking died. Number 49. These are when they kind of just get kind of weird because these are the last two and I was having a really hard time coming up with 50, so this is what you got. This year has been the worst year probably of my entire life, but it's also been a really big year of growth for myself. I have learned more about myself than I ever thought that I could. I am a lot stronger and braver than I thought that I was, and I'm really hoping to look back when I have future struggles and think, at least it's not the year 2020. Number 50. The best advice that I've ever been given that I'm going to give to you guys is, or just share with you guys, is if you are just feeling completely unmotivated, that you don't want to do probably anything, but you know you need to, the best advice that I can give you is to write down a really small task and then accomplish that task. Celebrate that task. Like, you don't have to post it on Facebook or social media or even tell anybody, because most people won't really get it. They'll be like, okay, that's cool, I did that, like I do that every day, you know. And then write down more and more things you want to accomplish, and pretty soon all those things are just gonna come so super easy, and you're just gonna be able to accomplish more and more and like more hard stuff. And just, I mean, it's pretty much all just a mental thing. So if you can get to that point where you're feeling really good about yourself, that you're accomplishing so much and you're celebrating each accomplishment like it is a big deal, like even if it's just like a happy dance, do it. And then don't forget to keep going, because once you get to that point where you let yourself stop, you're gonna have to start right back over. Hopefully I did a good job covering everything. I know this was a pretty long video. If you guys want me to do a Q&A next, let me know. Ask any questions you want down below. So if you guys like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you have not already, please subscribe, and I'll see you for my next video. Bye.